I don't think I've ever talked about it enough, but I actually really do enjoy the work of Michael Jackson. Um, yeah, as someone who enjoys like heavy metal, and I'm a fan of all genres. I mean, metal is where I go, but and I've done a video talking about this. When I did a video talking about like my 10 favorite artists slash bands, um, Michael was among them. Michael Jackson was among them. I think like collectively there is a solid fan base for like the King of Pop. And not too long ago, my good friend the Mount Vernon kid got me this, the Blu-ray of Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Now, before I go any further with this video, I want to stress that I asked for this movie. We were talking, and he was like looking at movies, and he said, "Hey, Michael Jackson's Blu-ray, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. That's a great." And he's like, "That's a great movie. I didn't know that was on Blu-ray." And I was like, "Man, I like that." And I was like, "Man, I like that movie. I remember watching it all the time as a kid because for some reason, it was on a lot when I was a kid. For some reason, like every other month, I would watch this movie. Like this movie would come on." And I hadn't seen it since I was like, actually, I don't think I've seen it since I was 10. So I was like, hey, and when Chris was looking for movies to get me, and he was like, do you want me to get this one? I was like, yeah. So I asked for this. I willingly asked for this movie. So since I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about Michael's movie before we get Anton Fuqua's biopic film, which I am kind of excited to see. This movie, if you can call it that, is something. I don't even know if you can call it a movie, because the actual movie doesn't start till like 40 minutes in, and even then, that is a tenuous explanation. The first 30 to 40 minutes of this movie are just a hodgepodge of scenes that basically are like one music video after the other. That's kind of the movie. And even then, this movie was more to promote, I think, Dangerous, if I remember that album, or was it His Story? I can't remember, but point being, it was meant to promote an album of Michael. And it's Michael Jackson. The music's gonna slap. Like like every song is an absolute slapper. Like, Speed Demon, I think, is really underrated. And there is, to its credit, as much as nonsensical as it is, as nonsensical as this movie is, I have to really stress that, like, the animation, the stop motion claymation, the CGI they use, the 2D animation, you get all of that here, is really good. Like, I'm not denying that. Like, in no way, shape, or form am I denying that this is a bad... It's not a... I don't even know if you can call it a movie again. There's great animation. There's just no story here. It is just watch Michael do stuff. That's what the movie should have been called. Watch Michael do stuff. That should have been the whole damn movie from the get-go. I don't even... Like, it's really hard to say... Like... it's really hard to say that this movie is, it's like really hard to say that this movie is even a movie, because nothing like makes sense. And Joe Pesci's here. Yeah, Joe Pesci's here because, like, as I said, the movie, quote unquote, doesn't start until 40 minutes into the film, and we are in a 90-minute movie. And Joe Pesci plays a villain with a weird... He looks like he crawled out of a Devo concert, or at the very least, he was in Yzma's lab from Emperor's New Groove. And Joe Pesci just wants to get kids on drugs, and Michael's out to stop him. Yeah, he also has a bunch of children as friends, and let's not talk about that. I've heard enough about that. Anyway... I know it doesn't help. But there is something charming about this film. Like, there is something genuinely charming about this movie that I thoroughly enjoy. I think this is it's cringe. Like, there are some moments where it's just absolute cringe, but there's something fun about it. Again, I had not seen this movie since I was 10 because for some damn reason, this movie was just everywhere. Like, legitimately, this movie was, no matter where you went, this movie was just all over the place on TV. I think it was on MTV. I know it was on HBO a lot when I was a kid. And yeah, now keep in mind I was a kid, so, oh, cool music and, flashing lights. If that was probably the explanation. But it is like there is cool like there's stuff that just does not make sense, like Michael going full revolutionary girl Utana and turning into a car. Didn't think I'd make that reference, did you? There's also like just insane shit that goes on, and I would not recommend this if you want to like sit down and take a toke watching a movie. This is not what I would recommend, because I guarantee you will probably trip balls 10 minutes into this film. I do not recommend that. But again, there's just the music really carries this movie. I mean, for God's sakes, it's Michael Jackson. And Smooth Criminal, that whole segment is, and I'm going to quote Nostalgia Critic's review of this film, the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen. Do I agree with him that Smooth Criminal is better than Thriller? No, I don't agree with that. Thriller is Thriller. Thriller is the king of the music video mountain. But Smooth Criminal, though, is smooth. And yeah, that ending with Mike Demis Prime. What do you want me to say about any of this? Like, I know I've been talking for almost 8 minutes now, but like, what legitimately can I say about this movie to prove that it's good? It's not good, but it's entertaining. It's like entertainingly bad because there's no story, there's no plot, things just happen. It's like you're kind of going through a dream. Like you fell asleep listening to Thriller and now you're in a dream. That's the best way I could describe it. But hey, I would watch this over the weekend's Hurry Up Tomorrow any time of the day. At least this, as bad as it is, the music's great and at least you're entertained. You can laugh at it. You can have fun watching this movie and be entertained of how ridiculous it is. I don't know. I can't really say that about Hurry Up Tomorrow, but yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to sell this movie. The music's really good, and honestly, you could just watch this movie in the music videos because they have chopped this movie up into music videos. So just watch it there, or at least just listen to the music. But if you are curious and you can find this movie somewhere, I would say just give it a watch. Like give it a once over, just to be like, what the fuck am I watching? So yeah, there you go, guys. If you've seen Michael Jackson Moonwalker, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.